Yo estoy dormido aquí. Es que no me puedo.
Here we are, live at the
La silla me está tumbando.
Nightlife Entrepreneur. We're live, man.
Are we
did
right?
it.
No, we're not.
We are. We are live.
We are live.
We
One
are
more time.
live.
Here from Sweet Caroline in Brickell. First of all, thank you guys.
Thank you very
Antar
much.
from Red Bar also owns this place.
Cheers.
Nice,
Hey, thank
nice,
you, man.
nice, very nice.
Very nice place.
What do you call this? Karaoke. in Brickell. Sweet
We're
Caroline.
gonna come here and karaoke it up.
Ico.
Hey, how do you feel, man?
We did it. Season 1 is over.
Woo!
This is the last episode of the season. We are gonna recap the season.
We're gonna recap the
How do you say season? I'm trying to say season.
Season.
I feel like I'm
the
like
last
seasoning.
Well, if you want to season the season.
What's the difference
it's
between
fine.
season and season?
But no, it's season. But
Honestly, I
it's almost like what's the phrase that a lot of people, they would write to me and say, hey, could you like correct him when he says it and the word is niche.
oh no, I can't.
Niche.
My
Like,
niche.
How come you don't correct him? No, man, because he says niche, let him say niche. It's all good.
Yeah, and
a
you know
niche.
what? And I actually Googled it,
Oh.
and you can do
See?
both.
See, he does his homework.
I know my.
So you could actually say
I know
it
my
the way
niche.
He knows his niche.
Yeah,
He
and
just
I'm not the one
chooses-
wearing the French hat.
He just chooses to
Don't
niche
call it a
that
French
way.
hat. You get offended.
Hey,
It's
this
not a
is
French hat, by the way.
this
What
not
is
a-
it?
This is a Kango.
Can you tell me the difference? I actually
Well,
did
there's
not
a very
know
big
this.
difference. The French hat has a little peak, a little thing sticking out right here. You know, it's different.
No, I honestly
It's like
didn't
you
know.
can't call a baseball hat
A cap.
a baseball cap
Okay,
a hat.
there you go. So anyway, all this stuff
This is
that
why
has
we're
nothing
working
to
together,
do.
all right?
There you go.
This is
there
why
you
we're
go.
working together.
No, and I actually, the reason, not season, the reason I came to find out about the difference between the French hat and the
Kango hat.
is because we were working on the new look for season 2.
Get ready, people.
And you
Got
know,
a new look and everything.
We made a mistake. Somebody in the team made a mistake and drew you
Yeah, they
with,
drew me
with a
French hat.
French hat.
Which, by the way, is fine. But I usually wear the Kango hats.
Right. So
You know.
yeah, it has to be the correct thing.
Has to be
You
the
know,
correct
I can't say I got all black hair. You know,
Yeah, no, they
I
do
do
a
have those
pretty
little
good job, but
things.
you know.
But we'll show you later.
We'll show you later.
What our
So
new
here we
look
are.
is, and you know, for season 2.
Season is over.
Yes,
It's done.
It was
We're gonna
amazing.
kinda-
25 episodes,
wow.
counting this.
It's crazy how we did it all in a week, right?
Not really. I don't even know.
Imagine.
We've been here what, like 3 months? Is it, or even more?
Hey,
I don't know.
production
It's been
crew.
one a week. There's 25, so it's
It's been
6
a couple
times
of
4,
weeks, man.
24. So it's like 6 months.
We are one. We're family.
Man,
Wow.
5 months. Yeah, man. We gotta ask production.
Really?
We don't even know. 6 months.
6 months. You see how just 1 month came into the picture?
Everybody in
out of nowhere?
production jumping around.
So hey,
what we want to do, we actually do have a cheat sheet in
hey,
this
but where could
episode.
they find you?
Oh, dude.
Yeah, man. Come on.
Bro, that's one
believe-
thing we don't learn.
Can't
One thing
believe
we don't
it.
learn.
You always-
You guys find me at the Nightlife Entrepreneur and at LMG Miami on Instagram.
You can find me at Ico Taps Beer and at Doral Food and Wine Festival. Tickets are on sale right now. Go get your tickets.
Yes.
They're not on
November
special
10th
anymore.
and 11th, right?
November 10th and 11th.
Awesome.
Doral Central Park. It's going to be amazing. Like I'm telling you, the headliners, the entertainment, the chefs we have, the wines, the food, the restaurants. It's
Yeah.
incredible. La Misma Gente is going to have a code, right?
Oh, we're
Something's
gonna
coming up.
have a code, so
always.
we're gonna be selling the tickets if you want a discount. Those of you in Miami or who want to be in Miami for the season,
Go to the website.
for the event.
Yes.
I do recommend it. I was there last year. It was amazing, and I'm gonna be helping out this year
Thank
for
you, man.
sure.
Thank you. Love
So,
the support. Go get the book. See how
Yes.
we show each other
Amazon.
love. Go get the book. Go to Amazon.
You know, I
Crash
did a little
Amazon.
bit of homework, and I was listening to some of the episodes, listening back, and there was one that was funny because you left early when we
Oh.
were interviewing Vanya.
Vanya, shout out to Vanya.
Who's a brand ambassador, which is, you know, kind of something that you also do.
Mm-hmm.
For Tequila Revolucion.
Yes.
And-
Who's going to be joining us at the Doral Food?
Yeah, but you exactly. And the point is that you left early. You had to run. People don't know. Some people don't even know what happened.
What
so
happened?
you might be able to tell us the end of that.
I'll tell you.
But I was the one promoting the Food and Wine Festival that day because you were there.
Oh,
so,
nice,
see?
man. You see?
You know, we
There you
understand each
go.
other. So what happened? Why did you leave that day?
Well, what happened was I had a little bit of the tequila. And
Okay.
I'm telling you, boy, I got fired up. I was like,
All right.
arriba. I left. I went to go get the collection. That's
Vanya.
it.
Where was
and
Vanya?
it just
What
so
episode was
happened that at the bar that I went to, there was like a Cinco de Mayo party, even though it wasn't Cinco de Mayo. and I just started just revolucionando with tequila and revolucion. It was good. It was a good thing. It was a good time. I had fun.
You guys got to go back and watch that.
Check it out.
So we started this season at the Blind Pig.
Yo.
Gustavo Zuna lent us his venue
awesome.
in the
Thank
Wynwood
you.
area. And it was just the two of us, just like we are finishing the
Right
year or the half year, whatever,
Cool.
the season,
Half
the
of the
semester. And it was a fun episode because we were actually getting to know each other as to how
never
we were
be
going to
afraid.
be.
Yeah, we didn't know if it was going to work or not.
Exactly.
And here we are.
Some people gave us what, like
later.
3 episodes the most. I understand
Some
that.
people lost bets, man.
Right? I
Some
understand
people lost
that
some money out
6
there.
episodes is like the average of what most podcasts last.
Yeah.
And we are
6 or
4
7.
times that already.
Okay.
So, I mean, sky's the limit. We are
Come
going
on, let's
for
get up
season
into
2.
the-
Well, we'll do the thing.
Oh, shit. Sorry. Okay.
I'm sorry for that.
Sorry about it. We got a little excited.
He's been
But,
drinking
for
a
the
little longer
viewers
than
out
I
there
have.
that- they probably think that we're actors and we're like, nah, they're not. They don't really get along. No, we get along, man. We're cool. We're cool.
So yeah, man, it was funny because we didn't know what to expect from that episode, and it's been great. It's been people have enjoyed. People that have been on the show have been
Informative.
Everybody wants to come back. Everybody's like, man, that
We
was
get
fun.
shout-outs
It goes
from a
by
lot of
so
people.
fast. So if some of you are out there and you want to bring in some, you want to educate people, you want to bring in, your know-how, any idea, anything you want to talk about, but you feel camera shy, there's no cameras here, by the way. Like, we don't even know where they are.
Yeah,
we just
don't even.
talk to
Somewhere
that
around.
pillow that we have right there. So
Right there.
don't feel,
Teddy bear.
don't be shy.
Hey, no,
and come on over.
you know what I think was interesting is that, like you said, we just threw ourselves into this, and I think it's been fun. It's been very
Yes.
fun. It's been very informative. We are getting great feedback. We are getting people that want to come back and be interviewed.
Right.
As, because it's kind of like a laid-back, fun type of podcast.
Right.
But it's informative. It's informative, and don't be afraid to start something that you're curious about, because that's kind of how Julio Mario brought this to me and was like, hey man, I'm curious about this. I had done videos and podcasts and interviews and stuff like that. I was like, hey, let's do it. Let's do it.
Right.
And here we are, man.
Here we are.
24 episodes
Yes.
later. And now
uh,
getting ready for season 2.
Season 2, we are actually going to be doing some changes. We don't want to tell you a lot about those changes, what's going to happen.
We can let
or not
them know
happen.
about, I'm going to sit on that side.
Yeah, well,
gonna
that's going to
say-
happen because we
gonna
discovered
switch.
that is actually his good side, and this is
Yeah, we're
really
gonna switch
not
sides,
mine. So
So-
we'll be switching sides. It also
ready
does
for the
change our voices.
left side.
For those that don't know, like if I go over there, it's a little more like así, más sexy.
Yeah, I'm gonna talk like this for season 2.
Exactly. But
I'm gonna talk.
now to get a little
Season 2.
real and
Get
to the
ready.
point,
Get ready.
I brought a small
Oh no, you know
chichi.
what? You know what we're gonna do for season 2? Lo vamos a hablar en español. Season 2 in Spanish, baby.
We'll talk about that. Vamos a ver. So,
So
I
fue un
brought
little-
Ico,
that was
a
little hint.
cheat sheet where I listed most of well, not most, all the people that we interviewed and a little bit of what we talked about. So because we
wanna go down the list?
definitely our minds with the
Recap
beer and
our-
with the drinking
for
and
those
all
who
the
wanna go
cusqueñas
back
we've had. There's no way that we're gonna remember all of it. So
Cusqueña,
going
thank
back
you.
to the first interview we had, which is what we
Blind
called
Pig.
episode 1.
Yes.
It was the second one, but we called episode 1. We went to Eduardo Gato's home. That episode.
Wow.
What do you remember from that? Remember
McAllen.
drinking Macallan? There you go. So we were drinking Macallan, which was our first call that we received from somebody interested in sponsoring.
Yeah.
Let's
Where
see
you
what
at?
happens in season 2.
Yeah. Hey.
Which is where the sponsors are going to start.
No, it's for the Hispanic market, so
Crazy.
por eso vamos a
You see?
empezar a hablar en
There you go.
español para que
It's not really Macallan, it's Macallan.
Macallen,
So-
exacto, para que sepan que nosotros tiramos para todos los mercados.
Oh no, hey, maybe if people ask for it, season 2 might be half and half. You never know. But for now, this is what it is.
This is what it is, alright.
We are even changing the name of the show. The show will
are.
have a change, but we'll mention that at the end of the episode so that you guys
we
stick
gotta
by if
challenge.
you're interested in that. There
We
will
got
be
to
some
see
changes.
if people are really loyal to us.
But talking to
that-
Gato, it was crazy because we had like
That was cool.
he cracked us up. There was like super funny
my God.
stories, but then he even talked about
way
somebody
he
dying in
warmed
his
us up.
arms. I don't know if you remember. He told a story about somebody dying in his arms in this nightlife industry. So like,
That
and
was
then he
crazy.
told us a super crazy story about that, that client that he spilled the whole sangria on top of
Listen,
the white suit.
The sangria, the person dying in his arms, him meeting his wife,
Yes,
the hospitality he gave us,
right.
his success story, in the world of decorations, interior designing.
Right.
I think that was definitely an amazing episode, and I think it was very informative, very
It was
educational.
very educational for sure.
As far as like any general manager out there, maybe there was someone who didn't really know, and just because of that interview, they took a leap of faith, and boom, they are now probably 6 months later, general managers
Managing
of
somewhere or studying to manage and
Live-
starting to learn from the bottom. As Gato mentioned, he said that it's better if you go from the bottom up. Actually, it's one of the lessons from that first episode.
and paying your dues.
So we
Shout outs to
interviewed-
Gato, man.
Yes, shout outs to Eduardo Gato. I spoke to him yesterday. He's doing well. He's actually a little sick, getting an operation. Shout out to him. But we also interviewed another GM, which
Another
was
GM.
Joey Vega. I'm not going to mention Joey's real
Vega.
name. He mentioned it on the episode, but he didn't want us to repeat it ever.
So, that's what it
So
is.
I'm not going to say Joiniel. I'm just going to say Joey.
Joey.
And Joey
Joey the
is the
man.
GM at the Blue Martini. He's not the next episode, but he's another GM
Hey,
that we interviewed.
that guy, let me tell you something. If there was anything I learned from that guy knows his stuff, and he's like,
that is episode 14. Joey spoke
me tell
about what a manager wants. He told everyone what a GM, a corporate
Interviews.
GM really needs, what they want from the staff, what they want from the clientele, what
he was
they
like
want.
a bouncer, right? He
He started as a bouncer, yes.
to-
His
to-
story, his success, the part of the success story in this case
Yeah.
was he started as a bouncer and grew into the
very
company as
straightforward, very clear-minded in what he was looking for when he's hiring someone, how to run your business correctly.
Yeah.
Man, I'm telling you, like, I felt like I was in a job interview when he,
It's
when
awesome.
he was, right?
You know what? Now that you say that, I actually sent somebody to Joey today.
Oh.
Tomorrow, actually, for a job interview.
They make
And that person is watching Joey's episode to learn how Joey is before he goes to interview.
Oh
them.
wow! I don't know if that's a
Isn't
good
that crazy?
idea. That person's gonna probably be so
He'll be like, oh,
intimidated.
shit.
They're gonna be like, "Yeah,
He's going to the
gonna-
gym before,
Yeah.
for sure. He's pumping up.
I know he's gonna show up with like a protein shake or something, just so they can have some kind of
So with those two, we got to see a difference between the old school and the new, and a new, I'm not sure if Joe is a millennial, but there's a big difference between Gato and Joey and the way they manage.
Oh no, definitely. And another something that I also noticed about Joey was that he's at the same time his vibe is kind of like laid back.
Yes.
And
As El Gato is jumping on top of everything, European versus
more-
Cuban American.
He was more laid back and very, like I said, very clear on.
Yeah.
on I guess I don't think he has a problem meeting his monthly quota. You know
Oh,
what I mean? So
No, for
shout outs
sure.
to him.
I mean,
That
I've
was a
been working
great episode.
with Joey for the past couple of years, and like I said, Blue Martini, where he's at, is very corporate. That's where we met Berto, who gave us that job, who we mentioned in like 3 or 4 episodes, and we're gonna interview in season 2 for sure, who manages Blue Martini in Kendall, and does a lot more for the company. That's somebody who people want to hear from also, and they'll meet in the
sure.
second season for sure. But learning the difference between them, there was one thing that we asked a lot. We asked about the relationship with the promoters. I don't know if you remember that in a lot of the episodes, I had to hide a little bit.
Oh, yeah,
because
yeah.
there was always that question.
And
So
that
how do you
big
get
elephant
along
in
with
the
the
room.
promoters? And it was always that big. Exactly.
Yeah.
For some reason, there's that negative, thing.
But I think we were able to switch it up. I think we were able to cover enough scenarios
Right.
where I would assume the viewers could understand that there's a political way of handling the situation
Right.
in whichever side of the business you're in, and at the end of the day, it's business. So you
Right.
have to handle yourself professionally and look at that person's needs as
Right.
well as the promoter and what the promoter brings to the table. Because at the end of the day,
Right.
bottom line, everybody needs a promoter.
Right. And you know what? That's one of the things that I was very happy to see throughout the season. This helped me realize the way people see us as a company now out there. And there was a lot of respect, you know, for LNG, for us as a company, me and my partners, and that feels really good when you've been doing this for over 20 years, and you talk to club owners, managers, you know,
listen,
store people,
at the end
everything.
of the day, I think we live a life, especially now with the world of social media.
Right.
We're living in a world where people are constantly promoting themselves, you know, because it's all about promoting.
Yeah. Shane from Bread Rabbit said it. I'll always be a promoter first.
Exactly.
Remember.
Promoting yourself, promoting your business, promoting, you know, at the end of the day, when you're a good cook, you're bragging about being a good cook and you're promoting your cooking. So
well, the whole point of social media nowadays, people are just promoting themselves. Everybody's becoming a personal brand. Everybody's you know trying to become something. Even though a lot of people are showing the wrong or the fake, let's say.
Let's talk about now we're talking about promoting. What about episode with Alex Gowdy? That was episode what?
Yes.
Episode 2.
Yeah, that was
episode 2?
It was. It was episode 2 from the Winwood Kitchen. Remember?
Winwood Kitchen
your
and
friend,
Bar. Yeah.
What was your friend's name?
Yeah, Tony. Tony from Winwood Kitchen and Bar. Thank you, man, for letting us use that space.
That was cool. Very cool episode, actually.
He's a promoter and also promotes Courvoisier.
Yes, he's brand ambassador for Courvoisier right now.
They've been doing some
more
good
like
stuff. I've been watching.
More like an image. He's his social media. They're spending a lot of crazy money, man.
Yeah, right.
As a matter of fact, I spoke to Gowdy a couple days ago, and he was offering me an artist that I told him, you know, just get Courvoisier behind it, and we'll do the event for sure.
Hip hop or Latin?
No, it's Latin. Actually, it's Luis Fonsi's brother.
Oh, nice. He's good.
The album just came out.
Forgot
a
his
new
name,
one.
but he's very good.
And so I hear it's good stuff coming out.
Hell yeah. Yeah.
But we interviewed a few
Courvoisier.
promoters, some old school, some new ones. And if I remember well, I'm actually cheating here by reading a little bit.
So good.
And we went and we had from Gowdy, who we spoke with and talked about the local celebrity factor. You know, I don't know if you remember this, but he mentioned all his crazy stories, all, you know.
Man, and he's had some heavy duty.
Dude, serious. And he still does. Yeah. All those football players.
Exactly.
Who was the one that he mentioned that the guy would just land on his private jet and text him right away? Jamie Foxx.
Wow.
Yeah.
Like, that's crazy.
And that guy, remember, he would go to Mansion and all those parties that Alex had back then. Yeah.
I'm telling you, that was cool.
Well,
he
did explain.
Very informative.
He talked about something about he came from the Marines and how the Marines helped him shape him up and help the way that he works in this.
Kind of create his own formula,
business.
Right?
Yeah. Because this is a businessman that you also got to have certain values. You got to stay away from certain things. You are working nights. You know, some stuff happens at nights that you got to stay away from.
Yeah.
That's the reality.
But you know what's funny? When you come and look at everyone, right, that we interviewed, everyone has a goal. Everyone, right? No one, I don't think anyone we interviewed was I would say, that's it, over with what their mission is.
Right.
Everybody's still, I felt like everyone is still hungry. Everyone's still out to get it. Everyone's still being creative, and that tenacity to win is in everybody. You know, that's what I felt. You know.
Yeah.
From look at Bula, right? Bula, Bits and Brands.
Yeah. Ronald Bula.
That he moved. Did you see his?
Yeah, I saw he just had a new location.
Space. Beautiful view.
Yeah.
Shout outs to him. He's doing a great job. He's working with us, and that's another one. He's continuing to strive for success, and
he started, like he said, when he arrived here, stopped promoting for us,
and
now he's
very
doing all
into
those
like the flyers and all that, and now he's
doing big stuff.
That was a cool episode. You know, we were out in his printing shop.
Yeah.
We saw he led us into his little operation,
right?
You know, which was
so. Let me see if you remember the guy Gustavo Osuna, the guy that lent us the first location, Blind Pig.
Oh man!
He also lent us another location called Eggs and Bakery. And at Eggs and Bakery,
who did we
interviewed another promoter, or sub promoter. This guy is a beginner.
Hey, master promoter.
I mean,
listen, that guy's a one-man show.
The good thing about Eric is
good.
Eric believes everything Eric believes.
Hey,
everything comes out of his
in
mind.
this business, you have to believe in yourself.
You got to believe in yourself, for sure.
If there's anything that anyone learns, is that you gotta believe in yourself in order to take over the world.
Out of the list of people that we interviewed, pretty much everybody in the past 6 months, something has changed.
Wow.
It's most of them. With Eric, there's a lot of changes.
Oh, there is.
There's a lot of changes. I mean, change number one is I said I would keep you guys updated to what's going on with him and his story and whatnot.
His success.
And the good thing with him, because he's doing good money-wise.
It's awesome.
The thing with him is he decided to take a step back from building that new company that he was building.
Oh.
Eric is working with us now as a sub-promoter, and he's building a small team within. So kind of backing up and starting from scratch to actually get to where he wants to be.
At the end of the day, that's why franchises exist.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Because franchising has the formula. It's just a matter of becoming an extension of it, and you guys providing the infrastructure and the knowledge to drive that formula to success and making it a win-win. So I think it's great.
Then we went to episode 10 at the WeWork with entertainment performer Ronald Rip.
What?
He actually, he was a promoter for a long time.
Ronald Rip doing his thing. Like I see him in social media.
Yeah.
And it's so funny because he does promote, perform, MC.
I always tell Rip, consistency, persistence.
That is Rip his thing. And he has like a cool voice, you know what I mean?
The tone of voice.
His tone of voice is like, like all smooth. Like I remember after that interview, I told him, I said, hey Rip, if you stop doing the singing thing and you want to do something else, get into voiceovers because
it's a cool voice.
You have a particular voice that
maybe for a cartoon?
Yeah, for like a cartoon or something. You know what I mean? Like totally
cool tone.
But what's good about him?
Yeah, like you recognize right away that's Ronald.
Oh man, right away. And what's good, I think, from his episode was that he was someone that definitely promoted.
Yeah.
If you want something, you gotta work hard, and you gotta go for it and go all in, go 130,000%.
He talked about something else, which was the fact that he lost faith in the business and in on both sides of it. What he was doing before.
Remember, he heard
and he heard certain voices, and he started also taking signals, understanding more. The signals in life in general, and understanding where he needed to go, and it's working for him.
Yeah,
and he's doing a couple things. The first thing is that with social media, he's kicking ass. So, and that's a good thing. He's still promoting and he's singing and all that. So go check him out.
What's up with Kata? We brought a counselor.
Kata Fortich.
Yeah, like we interviewed everyone, man. Like we brought a counseling into this podcast.
Kat Fortich. We had her at episode 11. Relationship counselor.
Man, we got counselors.
She made us learn the whole title because she don't want us to say the wrong thing. But actually, that was a very interesting episode. I mean, I was taking notes. I didn't want anybody knowing this, but I was really taking notes.
People have to write to us. People have to let us know how informative they were.
Right, like what they like, what they don't like, what they want to see, what they don't want to see.
Yeah.
Season 2, one thing that we're going to do for
really
sure
go left and people start,
we're most likely making shorter episodes for season 2. We've realized that,
cut the episode.
Yeah, like Ico falls asleep about minute 35.
All our 10 editors over there. So we're going to make them shorter.
So we're talking about the possibility of maybe even making more episodes. So that might happen. We'll see. But
I don't know.
So
we've already been here like an hour.
I don't even know like how much time we've been here. Probably like half an hour.
25 minutes. Oh
25
my God,
minutes.
That's it. Hey, we gotta go. It's
normally 25 minutes is a good episode for most people.
Is it good?
But the bad thing for you today is that we are gonna be in a long one today. We're still like halfway through remembering.
We're still halfway.
And we don't want to forget everybody. And the thing is, I brought a list in order. But he likes jumping up.
Promoter
jumping on the list.
Who keeps growing.
Kat Rivas, remember Kat?
Yo.
Kat hated the picture we used to promote her thing.
Oh.
I'm letting everybody know. I know Kat is listening to this.
Kat, I'm sorry.
Kat is taking the online course.
It wasn't our fault. It wasn't his fault.
And you know what Kat's doing? Kat's coaching me, man.
She's coaching you?
Yeah.
Wow.
Life coach.
Life coach.
Yeah.
Nice.
Don't you see I'm better?
I did notice you were walking.
No, she's gonna. She's gonna actually. We're gonna do something, and she's gonna help me out with some stuff. You always need a little push, and
hey, listen,
she pushes.
She pushes. We're working. We're living in a world right now where it's all about that motivation. It's all about we're so things are so accessible, right? Like I think nowadays, if you're driving and you're feeling down, you can just ping pong and just go into something that is going to make you laugh and bring you up.
Right.
And the life coaching, right now there's people that go online for that motivational talk or that prep. So if she's doing that, I'll keep you posted. I'll let you know. Hey, I feel your aura growing.
Yeah, you'll see it. If not my aura, my hair, at least it'll, something will, for sure. But Kat was episode 14. We did that from the Blue Martini, and what I can tell you about Kat today, Kat joined our team.
Shout out to Kat.
Yeah, Kat joined our team with her significant other. We never mentioned his name, and I'm gonna freaking mention it today. Ezequiel Montal, Telemundo actor,
that's it. Done. All right,
who's now a promoter
Casate.
with us. Kat and Ezequiel started Best Party Miami's, who actually are a sub company with LMG, throwing all our parties, and they're doing great, man. It's crazy. I did not expect them to grow that fast.
Wow.
They're moving along very well.
Hey, if you want to get in contact with us, call us at the number you see below. I've always wanted to do that. It was cool when we interviewed Sofia Vergara. Sofia Vergara. It was cool.
All right, so it wasn't really Sofia Vergara.
So Sofia Vergara.
I don't want to get in trouble with La Toti, but
Sofia Vergara, someone.
You can't just believe everything you read. All right, it wasn't really Sofia Vergara, but actually somebody I don't remember where. Mentioned
Sofia Vergara.
when we interviewed La Coco, mixologist, bartender Coco.
Oh man!
And somebody compared her to basically being like the Sofia Vergara of mixology.
Got it. She was fun.
She was fun.
Man, she had energy.
And I actually told her about that comparison, and she said she was super happy about that.
She was.
She was not happy. Estaba happy.
I'm telling you, that was a fun episode.
It was fun.
She had a lot of things to say.
Yeah.
She also had.
And that episode taught us something, and that is that we should have subtitle all the time.
Always. That's hard. Do you know how many mixologists called me after that episode? What?
To be interviewed?
Everyone was calling.
There's a lot of people out there that we're going to be talking. Like one day we might interview Maria, who's behind the bar today. See, there you go.
Yeah, hey.
But you never know. There's so many people in this industry that have a lot to share.
The episode's going to be called "When Italy Meets China."
There you go.
All right. And who else we got?
Julio Gali. You remember Julio Gali?
Oh man.
That was episode 3. We talked about social media in the nightlife industry.
Very.
Man, Julio's still
Wasn't that at
working.
WeWorks?
That was at the WeWorks in Coral Gables, not the one in downtown like Ronald. But the Julio Gali episode, we talked about all the things related to nightlife and social media. So if you are looking to enhance your efforts in that area, if you're good,
reach out
with your promotion, but you want to improve that part of it, that's a good episode to watch for
Check
sure.
Check it out.
Who else did we have? With the Bits and Brands, we already spoke about him.
Mario, owner of a restaurant.
Yes.
He did the door. And Catalina, right?
Catalina
who also worked the door.
Catalina from Baroness. She's not there anymore. Actually, she's at the. She mentioned the venue where she's at now. Actually, in her episode, which is the Dirty Rabbit.
You know what that's called? Vision.
Yeah, Vision. Right.
So she actually threw that name
She
out
ended
there.
up leaving Baroness in a good relationship there. Actually, she went from, if you guys listen to the episode, she was a door girl who ended up being the GM at this place because the GM left and he left her with that position.
Her and her daughter are probably a Dirty Rabbit?
No, not her daughter. Her daughter, I think, came back to Miami, but she's not in the nightlife.
We need to record. Stay tuned for our episode in Dirty Rabbit. Everybody talks about Dirty Rabbit.
Yes, and we did speak to one of the owners, to Andres, and we're gonna interview him in season 2 for sure.
Awesome.
He just had a baby, so
congratulations.
That's why we haven't had him yet. But Dirty Rabbit is definitely happening in the Wynwood area. Talking about Wynwood, I need a sip of this La Rubia.
Drink that Rubia, baby. Drink it up while I look up. Who else we got?
We jumped one guy, an old school promoter that I wanted to talk about. And this was a day that we ended up, like today, moving from one location to another because we couldn't record where we went.
That was funny.
Sometimes we end
Sorry,
up
guys.
having
Sorry.
those little
Sorry,
issues.
guys.
Today, Ico passed out at the first location.
Yeah.
There was just some problems.
Too much smoke.
Too much smoke. And that day we had an issue with the location because it was too corporate.
What did we learn
booked.
today? Adapt. And just,
Adapt for sure.
Just go get it.
We ended up in a great location, by the way. We had done an interview at Red Bar where Antar,
Thank you,
we
Antar.
have not mentioned Antar, from the Brickle Bar Crawl, and owns Red Bar and also owns this beautiful place. Used to be known in Miami as La Cueva.
Which he spoke about this place.
He spoke about that it was coming. He didn't know exactly where it was going to be, but
and
now
look, here we are. Who would have known that we were going to end the episode, our season here in Sweet
This is
Caroline.
one of Brickle's hidden gems, honestly. This place right here is super dope. You feel like you're somewhere else, and it's a karaoke. One of the few karaoke's where you hear people singing in English and not Spanish in Brickle.
Oh, that's
so
good.
for you
That's a good
Americans, or for all of you that like singing country music.
Music,
bro. I've heard so many people singing country music here.
Yeah,
it's crazy.
Baby. Hey, throw that. All right. Who else we got?
We had a few DJs too.
Oh man, we had a legend. We interviewed a legend.
You're not talking about Mark M, are you?
I'm talking about him. Well, he's a upcoming legend.
Well, he learned from the one I know that you're calling a legend.
He's doing a lot of things.
For sure.
But
Mark's
really,
the producer now. But DJ Willie.
DJ
Retro
Willie.
Mix.
Yo, that was crazy.
I think that was episode 22.
That idea of having the Miniteca in the festival.
At one of the events, yeah.
That's not a bad idea, man. I'm still trying to figure that out.
I mean, you figure that out, how to have it, I will promote the shit out of that. By the way, I did realize when I was listening to the episodes, I listened to Kata's episode, and I realized that was the only episode that curse words came out like every 10 minutes.
Oh my God. That was funny.
But you know what I realized? That we need to curse a little more.
Oh.
I mean, I don't know. I think sponsors are waiting for that because that's why they haven't been raining. I'm ready to just shit all over this. Like,
wow.
I think cursing should be allowed.
Should be allowed.
Yeah, this is not like PG-13. Like, maybe today you brought your daughter, but she's not listening.
Shout out to Olivia Luna over there.
Olivia's obviously on her phone over there, not listening to us, not caring about her dad.
She doesn't care
whatsoever.
Right? Back in the days, she
10
would
years
try
old.
to be all in the camera, but she's over there just doing her little thing. It's fine, baby. You're gonna be okay. You keep being good at school. She's doing great, by the way.
So DJ Willie spoke a lot about how to stay in the business, in nightlife, on the DJ scene for over 30 years.
Man.
Like, he spoke about what the secret was. Like I said, you need to go back to those episodes to realize exactly what it is.
And
DJ Willie's episode is episode 22.
Hey, very humble, very humble. Very I'm telling you, like after that aired, I got calls,
tons of calls,
left and right. That was cool.
Your brother was even calling during the episode. Shit,
he actually was. And we had
a waitress who is our friend.
We had Crazy Legs.
Talking about friends, there's a friend over here walking into the bar right now. Let's say hello to this guy who we're gonna interview in season 2.
Oh, sorry. Hey, how are you, man?
No, you're not actually.
No.
I actually just walked by your venue and I said, we have you guys for season 2 for sure. I hadn't talked to you guys yet, but
here you're gonna get a little sneak preview. Say what's up, man. Hey, there you go.
AJ. By the way, he's one of the SoCal guys.
Nice.
SoCal, te mostré ahorita el local de los tacos. SoCal.
SoCal.
Uno de los dueños.
There you go. Get ready for some tacos.
So, no sé dónde lo quieras cortar or.
No, leave it like that. That was cool.
Bueno, so we're not cutting.
We're not cutting. We're just going straight to episode.
So somebody just walked in there.
Season 2.
This guy AJ, he owns a place here called SoCal Cantina next to Dolores Lolita.
Nice.
Best tacos. Bro, these guys have amazing drinks.
Love it.
We're gonna have them season 2. It's a couple of guys. Talk about partnership with them. It's gonna be amazing.
It's almost like a Red Rabbit kind of thing.
It's very different. You'll see. This is they do like a pop-up thing. So I had them in one of our bars at one time. Then they moved to another one. They do pop-ups. Like they get a little space and a plate. You'll see the whole thing season 2.
Hey, what about?
It's a good idea.
The brunch clock events.
You're talking about clock events. We interviewed a couple of the companies.
Hey,
We interviewed
was
Clock
cool, you know
Events
that?
and The Loop.
And the loop, that was cool because they both had a very young,
New way of seeing things.
new way of seeing things. That was very cool.
Yeah. and of not listening to us, who think we know.
Hey, I want more of that. I want more of that in season 2. Like young
Well,
innovators.
you know what?
You know,
Season
remember
2,
they were
first
like,
episode.
you know, we're looking for days that are super dead. Those are the days we want. You know, like what?
First episode of season
about
2. I'm
talent.
not gonna use names, but first episode of season 2, we're gonna have a visit from out of town, from another country,
Wow.
okay, from Canada, coming down to Miami to see us.
Will Smith
Somebody
is not
who
going to
started-
probably be here.
Not that day,
Okay.
but he's coming down to Miami to see us. We're gonna interview this guy who started as a fan of the show, who actually also read the book.
Read the book.
Great guy who's a great promoter, and like I said, no names. We'll say it.
Stay tuned. If
next
you really
week.
want to know, call the number below us.
It'll be first episode of season 2. So yeah, it's gonna start changing things for sure.
Call this number
This
right here.
we're making it hard for these guys. So let me see. Chi
Yeah, we
Chi.
interviewed NLEP.
No, you forgot about what's his name?
Who? El Gato.
No, man. What do you mean? This guy's
Eric
been drinking
Diaz.
so much.
Yo.
No,
Eric
no,
Diaz.
man. We were talking
Eric
about
Diaz is
somebody,
one of
and
the-
we never mentioned him. We spoke about how we were walking around the Doral area. We went to do an interview in a venue, and it never happened. We had to run into another venue where we did it there, next to the Doral president name thing. And I don't like mentioning
Don't.
politics.
Yeah.
We learned not to talk about politics on the show.
Let's say.
So we did a show with a promoter, now network marketer.
Oh, yeah.
Okay, very well known, Freddie Melero. Freddie Melero,
Man.
who is a network marketer doing 7 digits.
Hey, no, and not only that, like super, like fire.
Oh man, he's fired up all the time.
Yo, he's
Oh,
fired
you
up.
got to listen to that episode. Freddie has a lot to say. He's, one of
Love
those.
it.
He's actually somebody I was watching as I was starting in the business.
Yeah, man.
He
He's
did
good.
it for so long, and
He's good. He's good.
I
He's
learned a lot from the guy, for sure.
energy, man. I'm telling
Oh,
you,
yeah.
it's right. We've had so many different energies
Yes.
in our podcast, which is fun, exciting. You all get ready for season 2 because we're just gonna keep bringing it
By the way, talking about energy,
better and
there's
better.
one waitress we interviewed at Baronesh. I'm trying to see if you
Baronesh.
remember her name. Her last name is Morgado.
Morgado.
Yani Morgado.
Oh, Mrs.
you
Fitness,
remember?
Mrs.
Yes.
Bodybuilding.
There you go.
Like she's like posing, like you know what I mean.
Yani Morgado. That was a great story, and it was. You know what I loved about Yani? She tells it as it is. She did not care about
Hey,
saying
and let me
she
tell
got
you-
fired because of her looks, and she didn't know
got
shit, but she
harassed
made
in
shit
her-
happen.
She got harassed.
Her butt got grabbed. Yes, the guy.
He said it.
Yes, her behind got grabbed. Her butt, her ass,
Yeah.
whatever you want to call it.
Yeah, you want to
And
go ahead.
yeah,
First
man.
it up.
And the guy did not go to jail because he knew somebody or something.
Or I'm
Yeah,
telling you,
like
man,
I
this
said,
is
you
like
gotta
a no-
listen to it.
This is like a novela.
It is. So, all right.
Hey, what about Adriano security? Remember?
Yes, Adriano and his buddy. What's his name? I'll tell you
He's
their
in
names if I find them.
Yeah. Episode 43, Adriano, and from the security company. Find his name.
That's what happens when
That
you
was
jump
awesome.
around.
That was awesome.
But it was cool. We interviewed
Because
them
he
at El
let
Tucan.
us know how they watch people going in and out of the restroom. They watch people's moves. They watch.
I'm trying to remember Adriano's JC. Adriano and JC. That's his partner's
Sí,
name.
the one that, remember he kept for every little thing kept saying el cuchillito, la
La cuchillita, la
pistolita.
pistolita. So yeah,
He
that was
a
funny.
character.
But they talked about something very important and very serious.
Yes.
They talked about how to stop date rape.
Oh yeah.
So that's an episode that if you guys, girls especially, are interested in finding out a little more about what goes on, regarding date rape at the
Call the
bars.
number right
or-
here.
Call the number. No, just go listen to that episode with Adriano and JC,
Adriano and
which
JC.
is number blah blah blah.
Which lets
Actually,
listen,
episode 8.
8.
Episode 8.
Wow. I'm telling
Finally,
you. You know
found
what? That episode lets viewers know that even though people are partying and everything, there's security watching.
Oh, yeah.
There's security watching not only you, but watching those who are kind of moving
Right.
different and funny inside of a club. And like when he pointed out that they even count how many times people come in and out of the restroom.
Right.
And if they see something weird, they go and approach it. That's
crazy.
good to know. You know, we're living in a safe world.
Before we talk a little more, there's one thing I want to do before I forget.
Great.
And that is basically thank every one of the venues.
Thank you.
Every one of the venues. And
We
for
have
that,
them listed.
Yeah, let's just say them all.
Go for it.
And we want to thank the Lirio Fresco, La Toscana Divino, the We Works, both places, Black Market, Baronesh, The Blind Pig, Exxon Bakery, Bits and Brands, Saka Room, Red Bar, Winwood Kitchen and Bar, Bar Seco, El Tucan, and Blue Martini every Thursday.
And the Provident Chop House.
That's the one I didn't even remember
And
the name, and that's
Sweet
why I was waiting for
Caroline.
you. But then today we are here at Sweet Caroline, and that day we found a
which was,
Providence
35
in Doral.
00 Chops. And we want to thank Cusqueña.
Cusqueña
For all their
and
support.
LMG for being here throughout this first semester.
LMG, Amazon,
And Amazon for selling the book, man. I mean, what can I say?
Doral Food and Wine.
But
bringing you a good time in November.
To get people a little pumped about
kids.
what's coming on.
Our wives.
There's a couple of things that I like to talk about. Number one is, what did we take from this first season, and what changes do we want to make to season 2, specifically when it comes to the subject matters. Okay.
Get ready, party people, because it's not going to be party people anymore. It's going to be people party.
There you go. So one general rule that I want you guys to know is that this first season was for us a test. And the first thing we realized is that there's a lot of people out there that want to be interviewed. There's a lot of people out there with a lot of good information,
ideas. We bring you the ideas.
Just for sure, it's going to be
advice.
A lot of information, education, advice, motivation, inspiration, all those things.
Listen,
okay, and a lot of drinking at the same time.
I think, like I said in the beginning, I hope we've done a good job informing you all and getting you closer to figuring out what kind of business you want to be in.
Career path.
When you're talking about the nightlife,
right,
and being an entrepreneur.
Yeah, and sometimes people that are not in the nightlife industry and they're still getting some
or we probably
good
made
information.
people just decide to like, hey, listen, I'm not going to work at night. I'm going to work during the day.
Exactly.
These
Well,
guys,
that too.
But definitely, I look forward to season 2. We're going to bring you better interviews.
Right. Yeah, and that's where I wanted to go.
Better interviews, because everyone we interviewed was amazing.
Right.
But we're just going to try
it's
to
gonna
go
be
in
less
deeper.
of an interview.
Yeah, it's going to be less.
It'll be more of a talk. About specific
less interview,
subjects.
more talk.
So this is what we're going to do. First change that we're doing for season 2, you guys understand, is we're going to dive into specific subjects.
Specifics.
A little more. So we were meeting people in the industry for you to understand a little more about how the DJs work, what do they do, what do the managers talk about, what do promoters talk about, all those different things, bartenders, waitresses, etc.
Do they go to sleep when they get home?
Yeah, all those things, and
go and DJ again. Yeah.
So on season 2, we're gonna grab a specific subject, and we're gonna get the expert, and talk about that specific subject with the expert.
Yes.
And that's why it'll end up being a little shorter.
Yep.
It won't be those, long episodes.
Straight to the point.
Straight to the point, but that's what you want.
That's what people
we're gonna
are
give what
asking
people are
for.
asking, and that's what the first change that we're gonna have for sure. So
we're gonna switch sides.
Oh, for sure. Yeah,
switch sides. All right.
We're definitely switching sides.
We're gonna switch sides. Listen, just stay tuned. It's gonna be bigger. It's gonna be better. It's gonna be amazing.
Yeah. By the way, I don't know if the Night Father is gonna stay, but
listen,
this is the last episode of season 1, so we're gonna end up with a Night Father segment.
Yeah, like
so as
Night Father kids grow, and
yeah, I mean,
like I'm living like
La Vida Loca. You got your kid here right now.
My little baby's over there. Samuel is sleeping a little bit longer now. Lucas is. So they keep growing.
I had circle time with the eldest in school this morning. This is crazy.
They keep growing. So things are different, but they're fun. They're fun. Yes, definitely the nightlife, the Night Father will continue, and
I just wanted to make sure
Hey,
people
party
understand
people.
this. Everybody we interviewed
Thank
said
you
one
to
thing.
our man, production, crew, Mr.
Jere,
Mias, Jere,
Law,
assistant,
son,
Jere,
everybody in production.
Jere, Mias, Jere,
Alejandra
Jere,
back
Jere,
behind the scenes.
Jere, who's, Jere, who, ha. Get his book.
What I wanted to say is this: Night Father. Everybody we interviewed said the same thing. It is not an excuse to not have children if you are in this industry.
Oh, no,
number
not
one. And number two, if my kid wanted to follow my footsteps into this business, I would help them. I would guide them the right way. I
There
would
you
not
go.
tell them to
No.
not get in it. So it is not a bad business to be in.
not.
We have not interviewed one person out of 25 interviews who has had any drug issues, any alcohol issues. Therefore, do not believe the shit you hear.
Do not believe it. And in
Unless
that
it's
note,
here.
see you in season 2.
All right. See you guys next week. Hey, Nightlife Entrepreneurs. Remember,
Nightlife
on YouTube,
Entrepreneur.
on Instagram, on
Spotify, on Podomatics,
iTunes.
YouTube,
everybody tunes.
Google, man. Just Google us, man. We're there.
See you next week.
Thank you. See you next time.